Hello everybody, welcome back to Bibles on a Budget. Today we are taking a look at the Holman King James Version Ultrathin Reference Bible in black leather touch. This is from the fine folks at Holman, and I did purchase this at Ollie's for $10. So, some of you may think, if you're familiar with the Bible world, that Thomas Nelson typically is the King James Version king. They're the ones that make a lot of King James Version Bibles. However, because the King James Version is copyright free here in the States, any publisher can take it up. And that's what we have here. Holman. Holman is taking up King James Version Bibles. Holman also does NASB as well as their own translation, the CSB. So here we have the Holman King James Version Ultrathin Reference Bible. It is in a slip cover, which features the name, what version, a picture, what type of material it is. Since it's not a box, I'll show you the spine already. So KJV, Holy Bible, King James Version, there's Holman. And then on the back, you do get some information. So here's some general information about the Bible, so feel free to pause if you want to read that. But down here we do have the features, which include an easy-to-read typeface, Smythe sewn binding, presentation page, 2-column text, center column cross-references, which we will take a look at, topical page headings, words of Christ in red, so if you don't like that, you might want to avoid this Bible. 8.5 type, which for some people is very small. You do get a concordance and full colored maps, and then some more information down here about the ultra-thin King James Version from the good folks at Holman. All right, so without further ado, let's pop this puppy out of its sleeves. Sometimes pulling these Bibles out of these sleeves can be kind of cumbersome and weird. But anyway, here you go. So if you remember a few months ago, probably almost a year ago, I did a review on a CSB with a similar cover, which is this black leather touch. And if you remember, I said that it kind of looked a little dirty. I don't know why. It kind of looks a little dusty, kind of looks a little weird to me. I don't know why, but there it is. So we've already taken a look at the spine. So here's the back, super clean. Unlike Thomas Nelson, they do not print the ISBNs on the back, which I know a lot of people rejoice at, especially one Mr. Tim Nichols. If you are familiar with a Nicholsworth, check that brother out. He is fantastic, and his Bible reviews are short, to the point, and I love that they are him, also his wife, and the single cameras. Check it out. It's fantastic. But let's get into the Bible here. So, because this is a cheap Bible, it does have a paper paste down, so it's not going to lie flat all that easy. But one thing that I really like about this Bible is I do love the stitching. There is a internal stitching. There's no perimeter stitching. Actually, there is. I lied. I'm sorry. I got to pay attention. There's black perimeter stitching on the outside, and then red on the inside. Black paper paste down, black cardstock, and then you also get a presentation page. Let me bring that up. Presentation page, also done on thickest cardstock. And then you got the intro page, Holy Bible, the Old and New Testament, authorized King James Version from the folks at Holman. They are in they're in Nashville, Tennessee, which I live in Illinois, so they're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from me. So here's the copyright page. Again, the King James Version is copyright free here in the States, but any edition of the King James, including if you're familiar with the Thompson Chain Reference Bible, that is, those editions of the King James are copyrighted. Not the King James itself, but the editions of them. So there you go. So again, here's the table of contents. Like every other Bible, Old and New Testament, Genesis to Malachi, Matthew to Revelation. But down here at the bottom, which I'll zoom in so you can actually see that, you do get additional materials, an expanded outline, a simplified harmony, parables of Jesus, miracles of our Lord, messianic prophecies of the Old and New Testament, predictions made by Jesus, prophecies of Jesus' second coming, King's English, and a concordance. All right, without further ado, let us get into the Bible. itself here. So here's the Old Testament. And so like it said on the back of the box, this is a 2-column, or as some people call it, double column layout. And like with pretty much all King James, it is also, all King James editions, it is also a verse by verse. But you will notice, start of the chapter, bold chapter numbers, and when there is a new paragraph, or maybe even a new section, you will notice a lot of these numbers are small, except for this one. You'll notice that verse 14 is huge, and then over here, this side, verse 16. So this may indicate a section or something like that. While we're here, while we're zoomed in, let me show you the cross references. So again, this is an 8.5, and these are probably like 6, which is very, very small. So it's very hard to see. You may have to get a magnifying glass, especially if you're somebody with eye trouble, if you're nearsighted or farsighted, or you have astigmatism, or whatever you may have. You may need a magnifying glass for this. And you can use your phone's camera like I'm using right now, so you can probably see those actually decently. But anyway, so again, double column. You do not have any special bells or whistles, no intro to the thing there. Again, same how it is throughout the whole Bible, verse by verse, big chapter numbers. You do get topic headings up here. And then, yeah. And then you do, let me show you this at the bottom. You do get more. If they run out of space, they do bleed the references here into under the text, which is pretty cool. So there's that. Let's look at the poetry versus prose. So I'm going to go to Psalms. Hop over to Psalms. Because of the way that verse by verse is set up, the poetry, let me bring this up, sorry about that. Poetry and prose look pretty similar. Some of the sentences are shorter in poetry than they are in prose, so you will notice that. But again, same deal. You do get the chapters and stuff up here, topic headings, just all the same stuff that you get in prose. All right, let's go to the New Testament here. I'm gonna hop over there real quick, and you will see that this is, I'm gonna show you a really good example. This is a red letter. So to my eyes, I don't know about to you on the screen, because it may look different, and maybe it's because of my lighting here, but this doesn't look red, it looks more orange. I don't know why it looks orange to me, but it does. Again, same features from the Old Testament here in the New Testament. Again, you do get big chapter numbers, small verse numbers, except for, I believe, different sections. It didn't say anything about this on the back, so that's what I'm assuming. And then you get the center column references and so on. And then we're going to go to the back here. Look at the features back there after Revelation. So after Revelation, you do get an expanded outline, which is a simplified harmony of the Gospels. So you do see like kind of where these verses align and what books they're in. And then after that, you do get the, let me make sure this is right, yes, you do get the parables of Jesus, which includes the occasion, the lesson taught, and where they're found, and what the parables are, like I said earlier. And then let's see what's next. I don't have that thing memorized. You do get the miracles of our Lord, again, what they were and where you can find them, what the verses are. And you'll see that if they are in multiple Gospels, they will include where they're found in the other books. Here's the messianic prophecies of the Old Testament. Again, what they are, what the Old Testament reference is, and then what the New Testament reference is for those prophecies. Then, what do we have here? More of that. More messianic prophecies. And then you do have predictions. let's see if there's any. Sometimes these pages seem like they stick, but they don't. Here's the predictions made by Jesus. So where the predictions are found in the Gospels, what the events were, and then the fulfillment where they're found. So there's that. And then you get the prophecies of Jesus' second coming. Again, the subject, Bible references, and the description. And then after that, you get something called King's English, which refers to King James. It is a glossary of terms used in the King James Bible. So again, the King James Bible was published in 1611 and then updated in 1769. Since then, English has changed, so a lot of these words may have changed in meaning or no longer are used in English. So it's definitely worth checking this out, especially if you run into a word you're not familiar with. Just know that if you come to page, what is this page? 1187. You won't see a page number on this for some reason, but 1187. Oops, sorry, not 1187. Sorry, I thought that was 1189. You will see this glossary, which is an A to, I'm guessing this is an A to Y. No, it's an A to Z, but there's no Z. There's no X either. There you go. And then there's a concordance. Concordance, super small text, but you do get the topic and what it's talking about, and then verse references. Usually in King James's, when I look at some King James's or something, sometimes they may end on Y because they may not have Z's. Any new ones like the New King James, to me, seems like they always end on Z. So we're going to see if that's the case here. I don't know too many people who use concordances. If you use them in your studies, awesome. If you don't, then that's no problem, because I don't think it's really a big necessary thing to use them. In Christendom, I think a lot of people get away without using the concordance. I certainly do myself, because especially with the abundance of online tools. So, but anyway, I'm not going to bother with showing it whether or not it's a Z, but there it is. And then here's the maps, migration of Abraham, and then you got the route of the Exodus, and this one is the tribal allotment of Israel, which are really cool. Nice thick cardstock. This one is the kingdom of Israel and Judah. And then here is Israel in the time of Jesus. Over here we have the ministry of Jesus around the Sea of Galilee, so you kind of get this 3D view, which is really cool, and so you also see the directions. And then over here is the Passion Week, or the time around surrounding Jesus' death. So Passion Week in Jerusalem. And then you definitely cannot have Bible maps without Paul's missionary journeys. All right, so there you go. So final thoughts, who do I recommend this kind of Bible for? Well, if you're somebody who can read, if you feel confident that you can read 8.5, I can read that. I don't know how many people can, but if you can, there you go. If you're looking for a pretty affordable Bible that actually looks pretty decent, I really like it. I like that some of the stuff, I think right here, if I feel it, is actually stamped. So this stuff is stamped in, so that's really nice. Very clean on the back. It's got the gilding. It also has black head and tail bands and then one little red ribbon. If you are looking for a super simple, no frills Bible that looks pretty good, you know, and you're looking for, maybe even you're looking for a beater King James. If you're somebody who is a King James just aficionado, you love the King James, you prefer it over all other versions of the Bible, this may be a good beater Bible. This may be a good Bible to have in your arsenal in case you want to take something that you don't want to be too concerned about carrying around, because maybe you have like really nice premium or semi-premium Bibles, but you want something that is a little bit more of a beater. Check this out. Holman sells this on their website for 20 bucks. I got this at Ollie's for 10. So look around. You might be able to find it on Amazon for maybe the same price or cheaper. Who knows? I will leave a link in the description below for Amazon, for Holman, and for Christian books in case you want to buy this. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching Bibles on a Budget. Really appreciate it. I want to thank all the new people who have subscribed. I'm hoping to do another giveaway very soon, but I want to get some Bible reviews out before then. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please share my videos, tell others about them, tell them about how, what do I say? The truth does not have to be expensive. I'll see you guys in the next one.